Alright, today we're going to build this AR-15 upper receiver. We just finished Cerakoting it. It's coyote tan, and we did the Picatinny rail in black. Looks pretty slick. I'm about to install the forward assist right now, and then we'll just sort of start building this thing as we go. Right now what we're up to, I have my vise, and I have my block here, my alignment tool, so the receiver doesn't deflect any when you're working on it. But basically what we're going to do is I'm going to put in a low profile gas block on this and a full free float handguard that'll surpass the gas block, so it'll be concealed. This will be a lot of fun. So we're going to start off here with our forward assist. It only goes in one way. You know, the little tab goes into the shell. Shove that in the receiver like so. Give it a little boop boop. And we're going to take our roll pin starter and the roll pin and put that in there. We're going to shove this all the way in so it'll capture it. I'm just going to shove that down a little bit. Give it a couple good hits with my hammer. Get it in there. Now that's captured. Now I'll take a roll pin, punch, and line that up. We'll just give it a few good solid whacks. Drive it home. It's flush, probably one more good hit. Voila, that is done. So now we're going to move on to the dust cover. We'll take this out of the vise, put the armorer's block to the side. Got a pretty sweet dust cover here. It says United States Marine Corps. It's got the globe and anchor, American flag, and when you pull the charging handle, it says retreat hell. So let's put that bad boy in. Alright, so we're going to do this on the bench. You're going to take your guide rod here, put it in, put your dust cover there, line it up. And as you start to shove this through, the big end of the spring sits right here, but you have to twist this all the way around, which will be difficult. I'll have to screw with it, but you basically twist this around to put the tension on the dust cover. So this should be a fun little operation. Watch me get it the first time. That was the easiest that's ever gone on here, so the dust cover is just pretty fun. So we'll close that up. We're going to put the barrel on now. So we're going to put in our block here, close the dust cover, get our armorer's block ready, put that in. I'll do it this way. Pull that out. Okay, we're going to grab our barrel here. Our barrel here has been Cerakoted armorer's black. It looks pretty slick. Just going to slide in like so. There's only one way it can go, and you can see the notch, and there's the tab. The barrel will slide right in there nicely. I'm going to cheat here on the threads to keep it lubricated. I'm just going to use a little white lithium grease here. So I'm going to spray some white lithium grease here on the threads. This is just going to be a way to keep it lubricated, and this will make it easier to take the barrel off later. I've dry fitted this barrel a couple times just to make sure there's no hang-ups on the thread, so I'm kind of ahead of the curve here. So there, now we got those threads nicely lubricated. Wipe off the excess with a rag. I'm going to take my fancy barrel nut here. This is from Yankee Hill Machine. This is I got their 9-inch free float 4-end one piece. So basically what I did was, as you can see, it's already threaded on here. I threaded this on from the back, just so you don't have to go through all the threads. So I'm just going to twist it, you know, get it past the point, because this holds it, keeps the forend from rotating. So as you can see, it's like that. I'm just going to slide her down the barrel, get her onto the threads. Just going to spin her, get her nice and snug, hand tight. Now I can almost hand tight it to torque specs, but we're going to take our armorer's wrench, insert it in the holes like so. Take your 1/2-inch torque wrench, place it in the armorer's tool, and now we're just going to use it to torque down. And there it goes, torqued. You heard the click? You got a nice handy strong torque wrench. Now let's see if we have alignment. Okay, so we're not aligned yet, so we're gonna have to back it off a little bit or torque it a little bit more. Your torque specs are between 25 and 31 foot-pounds. Okay, so I tightened it up just a little bit more. Now you can see I have perfect alignment for the gas tube. And right here is the probe goes in and out through the alignment tool. So now we're going to set up the gas tube. Got a low profile gas block here. This thing will slide under the new handguard. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my gas tube itself. I'm going to line it up with the hole inside. You probably won't be able to see this on camera, but there's the gas hole there, and there's the keeper, the roll pin. So you're just going to slide her in. Going to line it up right there, and now we're going to put the roll pin in. Okay, I'm about to drive the roll pin through my low profile gas block. Since it has a weird shape to it, I'm supporting the lip with my armorer's wrench here. So I'm just going to take my roll pin punch, and I'm going to hold that in place. I'm going to give it a couple good whacks, and right through. Perfect. Okay, I just finished up the gas tube, but before I slide it on, I'm going to take a card here and I'm going to mark my barrel about halfway across the gas port. I'm going to put a little line there, and a little line down here. So you can see the two lines, and that'll tell me my alignment for the gas port. What that will do is it'll just give me a better idea of where this should line up at, because as you slide it down, you may get a little messed up. Okay, so now I've got the low profile gas block and gas tube on the gun here, as you can see. Now here's where those marks I put in come into play. As you can see, the mark is right there, so now I know I'm aligned with my gas tube. So I'm going to go ahead and take my my screwdriver here, since these are bolt-ons, and I'm just gonna torque that down, and that should do it for this. Voila! Nice and tight, nice and sexy, low profile gas block. So now we can take our fore end. You can see painted the Picatinny rail in Cerakote Armor's black and Coyote tan again to match. We'll just slide her on over here. Just take your time, let the threads line up. It looks good already. I'm kind of jealous. I want one for me now. As this gets closer to the end here, we'll readjust this ring, the keeper ring, and we'll put the screws in here that'll hold it in place once it's finally locked down. But for now, we'll just take our time. Really work it together. We're actually going to bottom out right here right now, so I should work that back some. And we'll wind up taking this out of the armorer's block in a second here too, as we approach our final product. It looks pretty good though. Alright, we've hit our end here. This has to come out of the block now. So here we are. Got all of the end. Now we just do our adjustments. So that's as far as we go right there. You see they're hitting. Right there they're touching. So we'll back this off a half turn. Line that up. And then we'll take our collar here. We'll move it forward to lock that into place. And then we'll put the screws in. Looks pretty good already. Okay, so here's our screw that's going to hold the fore end in place once we lock that down. Tighten that up. I matched the color, the Coyote tan there. We'll roll her over here. Okay. Now I have this nice sexy ring here that'll go over to kind of hide everything inside. And we'll just twist this on. I have a special tool for it once I get it going. Probably don't even need it, it's so quick. Yeah, they sell a tool for it, and I have it. Maybe I should look for it just to show it. So this is that special Yankee Hill machine tool that I was talking about. It's got the 3 points here, and it has a little claw down here for adjusting that ring at the back, the tensioner. So we're just going to put this puppy on here, and we're going to tighten her down. And I'm going to hit the torque wrench. I don't know how much to tighten this thing because it really doesn't have a backstop. It just kind of turns. So I'm just going to make it flush. I don't think I'm going to call that done. It seems to be flush enough. As it gives a nice finished look. It's pretty clean. Now we'll move on to the Vortex flash hider here. I also did that in Coyote Tan as well, as you can see. So we'll just thread that on there. We'll take our armorer's tool and give it a good torquing. Do it from the side. There we go. And she's done. I just got to put the sights on it, the sling adapter, which I guess we can do now too. Our sling adapter will slide on here. I'm going to tighten up the sling adapter here. Since the lower has an adapter at the castle nut, you can put various slings on this rifle. Whether you want to put a full length from the stock to the front, or just have a single point hanging off the center of the rifle. Either way, this is going to be a pretty clean look. So that's done there. Because we can put on the front sight. Switch that out. So this rifle's going to be really clean when it's done. Pretty proud of this thing. And pop that open. That's lined up nice. Put the screw through here. Support the nut with your finger. And tighten that up. Alright, front sight's on, and we'll do the rear, and this gun is done. Okay, I've just placed the rear sight on the firearm here. Now we're going to just tighten her down, and we'll pop this on the lower receiver, and I think we're going to call this a gun. Pop her up, her function. Looks pretty good. Alright. While I have the receiver in my hand, I'm going to take that special Yankee Hill machine tool again right here. I'm going to put it into that groove and support it on the receiver, and I'm just going to tighten that up a little bit, so just so it doesn't rotate at all on us. So there we are, that's nice and tight now. So now we're just going to build the gun. So there's a gun. You notice there's no trigger guard yet. I'm waiting for the enhanced trigger guard to come, but this gun's done. Coyote Tan, K&S anti-rotation pins, all metal parts are painted in Armorer's black. The Picatinny rail, Delta rings, stock, castle nut, all this stuff. The barrel, Magpul pop-up sights. We laser engraved the United States Marine Corps emblem into the dust cover. Falcon Ergo grip. Firearm feels real good. Thanks for watching the video. Admire the gun.